Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin with a startling truth. Most people don't die of old age. They die of slow, silent neglect. Not neglect by the world, but neglect of self, of mind, of discipline, of purpose. We speak often of genetics, of disease, of fate, but I stand before you today to tell you this: your fate is largely formed by your philosophy, your habits, your beliefs, your quiet decisions. These shape your years more than you know. Many people look forward to retirement as a time of rest and relaxation, but what they often don't realize is that stepping away from work can sometimes mean stepping away from mental stimulation, purpose, and challenge. The real danger isn't retiring from a job, it's retiring from thinking. When the mind is no longer stretched, exercised, or called upon to solve problems or generate ideas, it begins to atrophy. Just like unused muscles, the brain weakens without activity. After decades of structure, goals, and social interaction, some older individuals find themselves without a clear sense of direction. Days become repetitive, conversations shallow, and curiosity fades. This mental drift isn't always obvious. It can feel like comfort at first, but over time, comfort without challenge leads to decline. Studies show that those who continue learning, reading, engaging in debates, or taking up new hobbies often experience slower cognitive decline and improved emotional health. But more than the science, there's a deeper truth here. When a person stops dreaming, they start dying. Slowly, quietly, invisibly. The spirit begins to dim when it is no longer fed by curiosity or driven by purpose. This mental stillness can lead to depression, apathy, and even physical deterioration. The most vibrant elderly people are often those who are still interested in ideas, in people, in creating or contributing something meaningful. Longevity isn't just about diet and exercise. It's also about keeping the mind alert and alive. Whether it's learning a new language, volunteering, writing, or even mentoring others, sustained mental engagement is one of the most overlooked yet critical components of a long, healthy life. Retirement should be a shift in focus, not an end to ambition. The mind was built for lifelong growth, and it's never too late to keep it moving. Bitterness is one of the most overlooked forces that quietly erode a person's health over time. Unlike anger, which is loud and visible, bitterness is quiet and subtle. It lingers beneath the surface, often hidden behind smiles or polite conversation. Yet, its effects are deeply harmful, not just emotionally, but physically. Holding on to resentment, grudges, or regret generates a chronic stress response in the body. Over time, this stress contributes to inflammation, weakens the immune system, and increases the risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and even cognitive decline. Many older individuals carry emotional wounds that were never addressed. Whether it's unresolved conflicts with family, betrayal by friends, or simply regrets about life choices, these feelings, when buried instead of healed, create a constant internal tension. That tension wears the body down. It's like dragging around a weight that slowly becomes heavier with each passing year. The body may continue functioning, but the mind and spirit become burdened. Forgiveness, then, is not just a moral or spiritual act. It is a practical, health-preserving choice. Letting go of bitterness doesn't mean denying the pain or pretending nothing happened. It means choosing to release the control that past events have on your present well-being. In doing so, a person often experiences not just emotional relief, but also renewed energy and clarity. People who age with grace often have one thing in common: they've learned to let go. They choose peace over resentment, acceptance over regret. That emotional freedom lightens the spirit and strengthens the body. It becomes easier to laugh, to connect, and to live fully. In the end, bitterness doesn't just harm the people we're angry at, it poisons the one who carries it. Releasing it is one of the most powerful steps toward long, healthy living. As people grow older, one of the most subtle yet dangerous shifts that occurs is the gradual loss of meaningful connection. While some may still be surrounded by family or acquaintances, many experience a growing sense of emotional isolation. It's not just about being physically alone, it's about feeling unseen, unheard, or disconnected from others. This quiet loneliness is more than just a sad feeling, it's a serious threat to health and longevity. Human beings are inherently social creatures. From birth, our brains are wired to seek companionship, conversation, and a sense of belonging. These needs do not fade with age. In fact, they become even more essential. When people become isolated, whether by circumstance or choice, it can lead to chronic stress, depression, and a weakened immune system. Studies have shown that prolonged loneliness can increase the risk of heart disease, stroke, and even dementia. In many cases, its health impact rivals that of smoking or obesity. The tragedy is that many older adults begin to withdraw without even realizing it. Friendships fade, loved ones pass away, physical limitations may make it harder to get out and engage. Over time, the world becomes smaller, conversations grow infrequent, and routines replace relationships. This emotional shrinking can cause the spark of life to dim long before the body gives out. Staying socially active doesn't require large crowds or constant activity. Even a few deep, genuine connections can make a powerful difference. Regular phone calls, shared meals, community involvement, or simple conversations can breathe new life into someone's day. Connection nurtures the soul and energizes the body. In the end, the presence of caring people can become one of the strongest medicines for a long and fulfilling life. Isolation may be silent, but its effects are profound and must not be ignored. As people age, one of the most common and dangerous misconceptions is the belief that slowing down is not only natural, but necessary. While some decrease in energy is expected with age, many individuals fall into the trap of excessive physical inactivity, not because they are truly unable to move, but because they believe rest equals safety. Over time, this stillness becomes a silent thief, gradually weakening the body and speeding up physical decline. The human body was built to move. Every system, muscular, circulatory, respiratory, even the brain, functions better with regular motion. When movement stops, these systems begin to deteriorate. Muscles shrink, bones weaken, joints stiffen, and balance worsens, increasing the risk of falls and injury. Beyond the physical effects, inactivity also impacts mood and mental clarity. It can contribute to depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline, making the world feel smaller and life feel heavier. What's most harmful about this form of decline is how subtle it is. It begins with skipping a walk, avoiding stairs, or sitting a little longer each day. Over time, those small choices compound. What was once an active life slowly narrows to a routine of television, short errands, and long hours of sitting. This is not rest, it's quiet deterioration, yet the solution is within reach. Movement does not need to be intense or exhausting. Gentle stretching, walking, gardening, or dancing can all stimulate the body and invigorate the mind. The key is consistency and intention. Those who move regularly, no matter their age, maintain greater independence, sharper thinking, and stronger spirits. In truth, the body doesn't age solely because of time. It ages because we stop using it. The more we move, the more life we invite in. Stillness may feel safe, but movement is what keeps us truly alive. One of the most powerful but overlooked factors that shortens life in older age is the loss of a sense of contribution. As people age, Society often sends subtle messages that their most productive years are behind them, that their value lies in the past. Over time, many internalize this belief and begin to see themselves as no longer needed. This quiet resignation can have a profound impact on both physical and emotional health. When a person feels useful, when they know their actions, words, or presence make a difference, they tap into a deep source of energy and purpose. Contribution gives structure to life. It offers a reason to get up in the morning, a reason to care for oneself, and a reason to stay engaged. Without it, life can feel aimless. Days begin to blend together, and the spark that once fueled ambition and drive begins to fade. This isn't just a psychological issue, it has real physical consequences. A loss of purpose has been linked to weakened immunity, increased risk of chronic disease, and even earlier death. The truth is, the need to contribute never expires. No matter a person's age or physical limitations, there is always something valuable they can offer. Wisdom, experience, encouragement, and presence are all forms of contribution that can change lives. A simple conversation, a listening ear, a shared story, these can be deeply meaningful acts. Volunteering, mentoring, writing, or even helping family members navigate life can reignite the feeling of importance. People who continue to give in some way often stay mentally sharper, emotionally grounded, and physically healthier. Contribution renews the spirit and strengthens the body. Age does not reduce value, it redefines it. When a person believes they still matter, they live like they do, and that belief can add years, rich, meaningful years, to their life. The power of belief is one of the most underestimated forces in shaping how long and how well we live. What we think about aging, what we expect, fear, or accept, can quietly influence every decision we make and every habit we form. Many people begin to decline not because their bodies force them to, but because they've absorbed the message that decline is inevitable. When someone believes they are too old to grow, to start over, to matter, that belief becomes a silent directive. It shapes their choices, narrows their world, and limits their vitality. Our beliefs influence how we treat our bodies and minds. If someone believes aging means becoming frail, they may stop exercising. If they believe their memory will fade no matter what, they might stop reading or learning. Over time, the body and brain respond to this neglect. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. On the other hand, those who believe aging can include strength, learning, love, and usefulness tend to make choices that support that belief. They stay active, engaged, curious, and often live longer and healthier lives as a result. The mind is not separate from the body. Every thought sends signals, chemical, emotional, and behavioral, that influence physical health. A hopeful mind supports a resilient body. A defeated mind invites decline. Science has begun to confirm what wise teachers have always known: attitude matters. In fact, people with a positive view of aging live, on average, several years longer than those with a negative view. Belief is not wishful thinking, it is a choice. It is the lens through which we see our potential. By choosing to believe that life remains valuable and full of opportunity at any age, we create the foundation for not just a longer life, but a richer, more fulfilling one.